this life, let me live, breathing in the air of your fire, undefined soul's desire. You don't even know what you did. Now I'm on fire, fire, burning, burning out of control, taking me higher, higher, a feeling I can't hold on my own. I'm falling head over heels with you, turning me inside out right now. No rules, I wanna fly, my heart to the moon, cross the sky where I cannot lose. Wishing for
Welcome to My Psychic Connection. I'm Innerji The Metaphysical Crone, and yes, I am back once again for you. Great to have you here, and I am so looking forward to doing readings for you tonight. So, talking about our readings, actually, no, before we do that, I'm going to talk about the emoji game, because the emoji game is starting right now. It always starts at the very beginning of the show. The minute I start talking, you can start putting emojis in, but not beforehand because they don't count. So start keying in, start putting in these emojis, because I am so looking forward to giving a divination reading to the person who puts in the most emojis. Now, back to the readings. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. But let's talk about how we run the readings. So remember, keep your questions specific. What do I mean by specific? I mean, have a bit of meat, have a bit of context. How will my job interview go, as opposed to what's happening in my career? And then if you would like to have a general reading, don't worry, you don't have to miss out, because you can go to mypsychicconnection.com, our wonderful, wonderful website with many wonderful, wonderful readers, and they can answer your general questions for you. Why we don't do general questions on the show, particularly with the free readings, we only have 2 minutes, and it sometimes can take a little bit of a while to dive deep into what it is that you need to know. So remember, keep your questions specific. Now, a couple of other no-go zones. We don't do any medical or health-related questions. That does include pregnancy prediction. And we don't do anything that is related to the law, legalities, or court cases. All of that is best left to the professionals. And in some countries, it's not the law to be able to do that unless you're appropriately qualified. So we just stay clear of that. So start keying all of your wonderful questions in. I'm so looking forward to that. Now, if you would like to dive deeper into your reading, or if you would like a longer reading, then you can donate. Now, with our donated readings, you have a number of choices. We have the quick read, which is timed. We also have the mini and the mega, and those are untimed. Now, with donated readings, you go to the top of the queue. Now, I do sometimes offer mediumship readings, but I have to feel that my connection is there, and I'm not sensing it tonight. So if you would like to have a mediumship reading, make sure you check out our other incredible shows with Psychic K, with Destiny K, and of course with our own Journey Ryan. They do mediumships every single show. And if you would like a private mediumship reading, once again, you can go to our website at mypsychicconnection.com. And Love says, love the background. Thank you. And that leads me in to tonight's show theme. We are going to explore the element of water. We're going to explore it from its spiritual and energetic sense. So look forward to sharing a little bit more with you that later on in the show. And also, I want to remind you that we love paying it forward here at My Psychic Connection. So at the moment, if you do make a donation, $1 from every donated reading will go to the wonderful St. Jude's Children's Hospital. They do such amazing work, and it's an honor and a privilege to be able to support them through your donations. Okay, so games tonight. We've got the emoji game, which you've already got going. You're starting to put those emojis in, I hope. A little bit later, we've got our crystal connection game where you have to guess the crystal. And of course, we have our mystic moment a bit later as well, and the lightning round. So start thinking about those yes/no questions in readiness for the lightning round later in the show. So with all of that, let's get started. Let's take our first reading. Who do we have, please? And we have Audrey. Hi, Audrey, my dear. Lovely to see you here. And Audrey asks, can you see if Wes is hiding money from me? Seems as if every month he doesn't have enough money for bills, particularly our mortgage payment, but has money always for gambling, outings, etc. Thanks. And some kangaroos. Thank you very much. I love seeing my kangaroos. So let's have a look at this money issue around Wes for you. So we'll put out some cards. All right. Oh, I've got all swords and they are all reversed. I've got the 5 of swords. So I don't feel like he's openly, deceptively hiding money from you. I don't think he's squirreling it away in some secret bank account or anything, but I do feel like he is not communicating about where he is at financially with you. I also have the King of Swords reversed, and I also feel that he's actually not invested in having a budget. He's not invested in you as a couple with your financial goals and how you are moving forward. The third card I have is the Page of Swords reversed. So many swords, and I don't see him wanting to change. I feel like he is he's very sort of spontaneous. And so he doesn't actually plan ahead when it comes to finances. Let's add a T coin to that. And we've got the monkey. And so, yeah, he wants his money to play with, you know, a little bit of monkey business. So I don't feel it's like out and out deception as in, you know, stealing money from you, but he's just not consciously being aware of it. And Audrey says, ugh, yeah. Let's ask about what you can do to improve this situation. And we've got the 9 of Wands. And I feel that for you, you're the one that's taking all the financial responsibility at the moment. So it's time for you to sit down with Wes and have an open and honest conversation about finances. And I feel that you both need to be transparent about how you... Thank you for your question, Audrey. I do hope you found that to be of help. And yeah, finances. Oh gosh, they can make or break relationships at times, can't they, when it comes to setting our budgets? But I always believe that if we're in a partnership with someone, if we're in a love relationship with someone, business partnership, whatever it is, transparency around how we use our money and how it can be combined and used as a win-win for both parties is definitely the way to go. And that's for everybody. And Audrey says thank you with a lovely red heart. Okay, so let's talk about tonight's show theme, the water element. We all need water to survive. Did you know that if we go 3 days without drinking water, we are putting our life in danger? We don't survive. 3 minutes without air, 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food is kind of the mantra. And we are made up of water. In our bodies, on average, our bodies are about 60% water, and that's made up of plasma and blood, things in our cells, all that kind of thing. So water is vital as part of who we are in terms of our physical bodies. But water as an energy element is also vital. It brings in the emotions. It's the energy of the emotions. It's the energy of our intuition and our subconscious mind. And so because the subconscious mind equates to the body, the automatic things we do in our bodies, our heart beating, our breathing, etc., it makes sense that the water element is so important on that physical level as well. But more about water later. Let's go to our next question. Who do we have, please? And we have Emma Rose. Hi, Emma Rose. And she says, hi, lovely. I'm going to be trying out for the Squid Game Challenge on Netflix soon. Oh, I don't know what that is, but I'm assuming it's a competition game of some sort. And her question is, does Spirit have any advice about how I can increase my chance of making it on the show? All right, well, I'm shuffling my deck and we will have a little look about how you can improve your chances of getting on that show. Okay. The first card I have is the Queen of Swords upright. I think you've got to be very clear about how you apply for the show. I think you've got to put in good reasons. If you have to apply in writing or via video, make sure that you talk in a very factual way. Your knowledge of how to play games, for example, how you're strategic, how you can be a team player as well as a solo player. So I feel that with the application, you need to be very clear about how you write or present that application. I've also got the Magician card reversed. And so I feel in terms of increasing your chances, I feel that there is a skill set within you that is not there that they require for the show. I'm not getting what the skill set is, but you need to sit down and look at what are your skill sets in when it comes to playing games. What are your skill sets around being on camera? What are your skill sets around participating in, I'm assuming it's a live TV show? How do you feel about that? How are your communication abilities around that as well? Do you feel comfortable being on television? Do you feel comfortable working in teams with strangers or with them as competitors? The other thing I have is the Seven of Pentacles reversed as well. And so this is saying to me, it's about focusing on what you do know and what you can do and apply that to your application. I've also got the Temperance card here and it's reversed. And this is saying, and we have the Bell. Emma Rose, I do hope you found that to be of help and I wish you well with this very, very interesting adventure. And in adventure, let's talk about adventures for everybody. One person's adventure is another person's fear. One person's adventure might be something as simple as going for a swim at the local beach if they haven't done that before. Another person's adventure might be bungee jumping off a cliff. And another person's adventure might be climbing Mount Everest. Adventure is all in, like truth and beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Tell me, in what ways do you like to be adventurous in your life? What are some of the fun, joyful, adventurous things that you like to do? I would love to see your comments in the chat with that. And don't forget, keep putting those emojis in as well so that you might win that divination reading later in the show. Okay, let's move to our next question. Who do we have, please? And we have Hayley. Hi, Hayley. Hayley says, hello. How do you see my first neuro exam? How will it go on Monday? I need an 80 or higher to pass. Still have a lot of studying to do for it. Thank you. Oh gosh, I get so nervous with exams, so I understand your question and where you're coming from. But let's ask how this exam will go for you. So we'll put out some cards for that. Okay. I've got the Lovers card reversed. So what I'm seeing here for you is that you need to get yourself back to your center. You need to turn that Lovers card around. Now, don't think of the Lovers card as romance in this case because we're talking about your exam. This is more about getting yourself into balance. Getting yourself emotionally prepared is what you need to do, as well as knowing the facts and the information. I've got the Ace of Wands reversed, and this is saying to me, I think you will get above 80, but I don't think it will be much above 80. I think you will squeeze past because this Ace of Wands reversed is showing me that it's a little change. It's a little yes, not a big yes. And I've got the Two of Cups. And so I feel that as part of you preparing for your exam, sometimes we can overstudy for something. So I feel like you also have to have a little bit of time out as well. Give your brain a little bit of a rest. I'm not saying stop studying completely for your exam, but give yourself little time outs so that you can allow the information to absorb into your mind, absorb into your being. And finally, I've got the High Priestess reversed. So this is a very factual exam that you're going for. So make sure that you're clear-headed on the morning of the exam. Make sure you get enough sleep the night before. Make sure your nutrition is good. Don't just rely on intuition and going with the flow of it. Make sure that you are mentally, emotionally, and physically prepared. And if that you do that, I wish you well with the exam, And exams I find are terrifying. Honestly, I used to have heart palpitations when I used to do exams. I am not good with exams, but we can do things to overcome it. And this is for everyone. If you're doing something that's challenging, that tests you, it might not be a literal exam, but something that tests you, then doing some things just to calm yourself down, doing some slow breathing, just giving yourself a little bit of time out and trying not to worry about it can be of help. Now let's come back to the water element, our show theme for tonight. Water is naturally fluid. Water can be presenting in 3 different states. Water as in a river, the beach, a lake. We also have that ice when we freeze it, when we apply cold to it. So we have water as a solid, we have water as a liquid, and we also have water as a vapor, because when we apply heat to water, it evaporates. Now, why am I telling you this? Because water as an energy element, we can use it in its different forms. We can use the water of ice to cool down the emotions using that visualization. When we want things just to flow smoothly, we can imagine a meandering, gentle river. If we want to fire our emotions up and get really excited about something, we can visualize heat being applied to that water and it boiling and vaporizing and reaching up to the heavens. So just a couple of ways that you can think about using water as an energy element. Okay, let's go to our next question. Who do we have, please? And we have Scorpio Moon. Hi, Scorpio Moon. And Scorpio Moon says, hello, lovely. First time here. Well, welcome, welcome. And she asks, he or she asks, if drawn, could you please tell me DB's feelings for me? Well, let's go to my love deck for that, my relationship deck. And let's ask, what are DB's feelings for you? Oh, the reveal, the reveal. So, okay, so I've got the 5 of Cups. So I feel that DB isn't in a strong place emotionally at the moment with this 5 of Cups. I feel that there is something happening emotionally with this person where they're looking more inward rather than outward. I get a sense that they are dealing with an issue regarding the emotions of the heart. The next card I have is the King of Swords. And so what this person is doing is focusing on what they need to do in their daily lives. They're not kind of looking at their emotions. With this, they're shying away from them. So they're not actually revealing to anyone how they're feeling about anything, much less how they're feeling about you, my dear. And I also have the Knight of Cups reversed. So I feel at the moment that they are not really focused on you. They're not feeling anything about you, not because you're a bad person, not because they don't want to feel things for you, but because of they're hurting in themselves emotionally and they're trying to get through it by just looking at things objectively and factually. Let's add a T coin to that and see what we have for you. And I've got the T coin of the house. And the house is saying that DB is staying close to home emotionally. So I feel that you've got to give DB some time to work themselves out around their emotions, around this hurt that they're going through. And Scorpio Moon says, yes, we had a disagreement and split ways. It's been frustrating with him. Yes, yes. And they're trying to work it all out at the moment. They're trying to work out their emotions. And thank you so much for your question and welcome to the My Psychic Connection family. It is wonderful to see you here. And I know it's probably not the answer you were looking for, but I do hope it helps you to understand the situation. Okay, water and emotions. Let's come back to that since we just had a question about feelings and the heart. Our water element is about our emotions. And when we think of energy, one way to look at energy and look at emotions is it's energy in motion. And Scorpio Moon says, thank you, beautiful. I greatly appreciate you. It definitely helped. Oh, sending much love and kisses to you, Scorpio Moon. And Hayley says, thank you for answering my question. Hayley, not a problem. Always happy to answer your questions. I'm always happy to answer everybody's questions. But with this flow, this energy in motion, when we think about the water element, we think about our emotions, and our emotions flow. They flow in and they flow out. But the other thing about our energy of emotions and that water element is our emotions can sometimes be like a tsunami crashing in, destroying. Other times our emotions can be like a deep, still lake where we just are in stillness, where we are centered and calm. And other times our emotions can feel like the ocean rolling in and rolling out, not quite sure where we are. One minute I'm feeling something, the next minute it's gone. I am always fascinated how the elements relate to ourselves as people, as spiritual beings, and how we connect to the earth through those elements. Okay, I think that's enough about that for now. It's time for crystal connection. Okay, crystal connection. It's a guessing game. So if you're new here, let me tell you how it works. We're starting now. Before the show, I chose a crystal for you to guess. I've got it hiding in my hand right now. And if you guess the crystal, then you will receive a crystal divination reading from me. So start keying in your guesses as to which crystal you think I have chosen, and we'll give it a little bit of time, and then I might come in with a little bit of a hint soon as well. But while you're trying to guess the crystal, I am going to talk about another crystal. Now, this might be a little hard to see on camera. It looks like an amethyst, but it is actually ametrine. And if we look straight in here, let me bring it in front of my face, there is a little bit of yellow in there. And ametrine is a combination crystal. It is a combination of amethyst and citrine. And how do they come to be together? Well, at different points in their development, they received different heat temperatures and mineral inclusions. And that's what creates the different colors, because these are all a form of quartz. Now, the benefits of citrine. This is a stone of harmony because we're harmonizing two types of crystal energy. We are harmonizing the energy of citrine, which brings in abundance. It's equated with the solar plexus chakra. So it's about our seat of personal power, our will. And then we have the beautiful amethyst, which is associated with the third eye and the crown chakra. And that is about our spiritual connection, our intuition, about our psychic abilities. And so when I look at this crystal in combination, I consider it a crystal where I can use my own personal power in a more spiritual way. That's how I use it to support me. All right, let's see if we've got any winners yet. I'm going to give you a little hint. This crystal is named after a planet. And it's a planet that is more commonly known as a luminary. See if that hint gives you a little bit of an idea. All right, a little bit more about ametrine. How can you use it? This is great for problem solving because it kind of brings in the head and the heart to a certain extent. It brings in the psychic and it brings in the practicality of our will. And the solar plexus chakra, with which citrine is connected to, can be about how we make decisions, how we move forward with things. And also for manifestation, it's great for manifesting. I like to use this if you want to develop your psychic skills a little bit more and have them come through a little bit more abundantly. It's also for setting purpose, for setting goals. Citrine, I find, is a great stone or a great crystal for setting goals. And amethyst is a great way to connect spiritually to bring the energy for those goals through. Now, I'm going to give you another little hint. It's either it's not a planet. Oh, we got the bell. That's okay. It was sunstone. I must admit that was a little bit of a tough one this week, testing your crystal knowledge. So this is sunstone. This is a beautiful stone. It is one where brings joy, brings happiness. It's called sunstone for a reason, because it brings warmth, it brings energy, it brings vitality. So what I'm going to do is I am going to do a crystal reading for the collective. So let me get my crystal deck and some crystals. So here we go. So let's just shuffle the deck and see what your crystally message is. And this is the only time I do a general reading if I'm doing a winner of a competition or a game. And we've got aventurine. So this is saying it's time for you to look at where in your life you need to have some growth. Where in your life are you feeling a little bit static or a little bit stagnant? It is time to bring that aventurine energy there. It's also about looking at how you want to expand as well in terms of your growth. So have a look at what's going on in your life at the moment. Is it something to do with work where you need to expand out further? Or have you gotten too comfortable? Is it around a relationship? Is it a relationship that has become sort of static and very predictable? What do you need to do to take that a little bit further? And let's add a crystal to that one and see what we have. And we have beautiful tiger's eye. This is a golden tiger's eye, and tiger's eye is about abundance. So it's such an appropriate crystal to have with the card, growth and abundance. What do you want to bring into your world? I feel for you that it is time to make some changes in where you are at. Remember, there's a saying that goes, if you always do what you always did, you'll always get what you always got. And now is the energy for change and growth. Thank you for playing Crystal Connection. I will be back with that a little bit more next week, and maybe I'll try and choose an easier crystal for you and see if you can guess it. So let's go on to our next question. Who do we have, please? And we have Jasmine. Jasmine asks, what business are you seeing me taken up? Well, Jasmine, choosing a business is very much a free will choice, but what it can do, I might not go to a specific business, but what I can do is look at the type of energy of a business that might be compatible with you to help you with that self-responsible decision. So let's just shuffle the deck and see about the business side for you. Choosing a business, starting a business. Well, the first thing I've got is the Five of Pentacles. So in terms of timing, I'm going to say to you, now is not a good time to start any business, no matter what it is, with that Five of Pentacles. I feel that there is more that you need to do. I feel you need to research more. What is your skill sets that you match with? What is it that you don't have that you might like to do? In terms of a type of business, I've got the Six of Wands reversed. So I am seeing a business where you're not necessarily always the person who is up front in the limelight. I see you in a business where you're doing a lot of action behind the scenes. It's almost like you're quietly going to be successful as opposed to, being on television or something like that. So I do feel that you need to look at businesses where you get the time to do what you need to do in the background rather than being the person up front all the time. I also have the Nine of Cups reversed, and this is saying to me that the type of business needs to come from the heart, not just the head. And you need a business approach that is going to challenge you a little bit, something that you're passionate about, because the Nine of Cups upright, she's very content, she's got everything she needs, she's very happy. But when we see it reversed, this is saying you always want to keep a challenge there. So I feel for you a business where you can work a little bit more in the background when you need to and not be the upfront person all the time, but also a business that gets your heart going pity pat, that makes you want to get up in the morning. I hope you found that to be of help, and thank you so much for your question. When it comes to business, I've had a couple of little businesses in my time. And when it comes to business, I think it's always about blending the head and the heart. So if you're looking to start a business or considering a business, look at where you are from your heart. Does it give you passion? Are you energized when you think about it? Do you feel good about it? And then come from your head. What are the practicalities around finances, whatever the taxation requirements are for wherever you live? How will you get your clients? All those practicalities. It's not just, I want to do it, therefore I will. You've got to bring in the practicalities as well. Let's go on a little bit more about tonight's theme, the water element. Now, water is a symbol of rebirth. It's a symbol of healing. It's also considered a symbol of fertility and a symbol of change, because water, even in a still lake, the water is in some way always moving. It's also connected with our dreams as well, the water element, and our intuition and psychic abilities. Now, the water element is also in the tarot. And in the tarot, there are certain cards and suits that equate to the water element. So It's the tarot card of the moon. That is about the water element. And doesn't it fit? Because the moon is about our intuition. It's about our subconscious. It's about our psychic side, about our emotional side. And it's also with the high priestess as well, because of that moon correlation. And so it's about our intuition, our psychic abilities. And then it's also related to the suit of cups in the tarot as well, from the ace all the way through to the king of cups. And in the tarot, when we look at these, we're kind of looking at emotions, heart space, all that kind of thing as well. So there are so many correlations about how we use water, not only in our daily lives, but esoterically as well. Okay, let's go on to our next question. Who do we have, please? Wow, we have a donation for a quick read. Thank you so much. It is so appreciated. Whenever a donation is made, it helps this platform keep going, but it also helps St. Jude's Children's Hospital, because $1 from this donation will be going to the hospital. Now we have our beautiful son of Squirrel asking his question. And he says, hi, Innerji. I'm looking at learning how to be a DJ when I have the space and equipment. I would like to know, where do you see this skill taking me? Do you see me taking it into the real world? Now, that is a good, meaty question with context. So you want to be a DJ. So I'm going to start looking at how the energy of you being a DJ would look for you, and what you need to do to become one, and then how that might look out in the real world. So I'm going to look at you first. Okay. So, Son of Squirrel, the first thing I have is the Page of Swords. And so, and Son of Squirrel goes, yay! This Page of Swords reversed is saying to me that you're very much just at the start of this journey, that you're sort of kind of trying to figure out if it's what you like or not. And because it's swords, you're kind of caught up in your head right now. And as I was saying a minute ago, you need to get into your heart as well. Does it enthuse you? Does it drive you? Does it get you excited to possibly do something like that? I've got the Queen of Cups reversed, and I feel like you're kind of on the fence. It's sort of like it's a good idea, but I don't know. And I get feelings sometimes, and the feeling I'm getting is that there's hesitancy because you're scared of taking it on and then it not working. So there is a little bit of a fear of failure. And Son of Squirrel says, yes, I've been interested but intimidated before. It sounds like it'd be fun, but my imposter syndrome is mean. Oh, imposter syndrome, absolutely. And that's what's going to stop you from taking action, because I've got the King of Wands reversed as well. So let's add some cards. And fear of failure, absolutely. Yeah, look, we all get that at different times. But I'm going to look at what you can do to overcome this, to try and get through it. Okay. Oh, this is good. I've got the Five of Cups reversed. This is saying it's about facing your fears. Don't look at it from the perspective of what might go wrong. Turn this card around to the Five of Cups upright and look at what you have within you. Look at the why you want to do it. Why are you interested in doing it? And the question to ask yourself is, are you comfortable getting up in front of a whole bunch of people? Are you comfortable becoming the entertainer? Because being a DJ is not just about playing tunes, playing songs. It is about entertaining the crowd, controlling the energy of the crowd in the way of building it up and dying it down. But I've got the Six of Pentacles here. And so I feel one of the things that you can do before you start doing any study around becoming a DJ is about working on you. Practical exercises to build up your strength, build up your confidence. It's a case of envisioning it. Athletes do this amazing thing. Elite athletes, they run the race before it is even begun physically, and they see themselves running every second, every strategy, every step of the way, and they see themselves winning. That's what this Six of Pentacles is saying to me. And Son of Squirrel says, makes sense, especially confidence around with people would be a huge help. It's absolutely necessary. It's absolutely necessary. So I feel that that is the way to go for you. And I'm just going to do a few more cards on this because I feel there's more information. And I come to the Queen of Swords. This is about you mastering not just your emotions, but mastering your thoughts. Thoughts are things. It's a quote I read somewhere. So hello to Miss Psychic K, our quote queen. But thoughts are things. So allow your thoughts to guide you as well as your heart. Don't rush into this. Give it time. Make sure it is truly what you want to do. Envision it in your mind. That is really, really important. And then you need to believe in yourself. It's so important to believe in yourself. I'm going to add a T coin to that to finish up. And we've got the House. And this is saying to me, you've got to get out more. If you want to do this, practice getting out more. Practice meeting new people. Practice being with people. Practice being in groups. That would be a great, great starting point for you. In terms of you doing it in the real world, well, at the end of the day, our beautiful son of squirrel, that is up to you. But take these steps. Try it on for size in these small, safe ways and see how you feel about it. Thank you so much for your donation. It is so appreciated, and I wish you well with it. And I very rarely talk about my personal life, but I will tell you, I used to be a DJ, and I know how difficult it is to get up in front of people. And Son of Squirrel says, thank you so much for the advice, Innerji. You are so welcome. Yeah, being a DJ, you have to know how to use the equipment. You know how to have to talk to people, different types of people, different ages, different venues, different scenarios. But I tell you what, once you get over the fear of it, it is so much fun. All right. And thank you for the donation. And remember, if you would like to make a donation, because there's an example of how we do them here, then you can click on the link in the comments. You can choose from a quick read like the one I've just done, or you can choose a mini or a mega, and they are untimed. And of course, with donated readings, you do go to the top of the queue. Okay, let's move to our next question. Who do we have, please? Oh, wow, it's the lightning round. Well, we're going to have lots of questions in that case. Now, how does the lightning round work? This is your first time here. Let me explain. You can only ask yes or no questions. So start keying them in now, yes or no questions. And so a yes or no question would be like, will this happen to me? Won't this happen to me? Will I get this? Won't I get this? Questions that involve the word what, how, and why are what we call open-ended questions, and so they don't have a yes or no response only to them. So if you put those in, we will pass over them. So remember, yes, no questions, and the only answers I can give you are yes, no, and undetermined. Undetermined why? Well, sometimes we're not meant to know the answers to everything in our future, and I can only give you what Spirit says to me. So let's start keying in those questions, and I will do my best to zip my lips to a yes, a no, or an undetermined, even though with a yes, no, or undetermined, there is so much behind a yes, no, or undetermined answer. So key in those questions. And while we're waiting for our first question to come up, I'm going to do a yes-no question for the collective. And the yes-no question for the collective is, should we all share the love? And the answer is yes. I don't even need to be psychic for that one. Okay, we've got Son of Squirrel. And Son of Squirrel says, will it go well if I go to one of the Pride meetups near me? Yes. Visions of a Raven, I love your name. Do you see my candle business thriving? Undetermined. Audrey asks, should I stay working at Hometown? Yes. Emma Rose asks, will I ever learn to let go of the negativity from the past? Yes. Audrey asks, will I find an online job? No. Audrey asks, has Wes cheated? Undetermined. Audrey asks, will I find a new job next month? No. Emma Rose asks, will I ever smile genuinely again? Oh, yes. Just Aylin asks, I'm sorry, that's a medical question, so we'll go on to the next one, please. And Squirrel asks, will I be able to talk my mum into getting a better bed? Oh, undetermined. Audrey asks, will my fostering come through soon? No. Audrey asks, will I go back to work for my dad? No. Andrea asks, will my daughter's father and I get back together? No. Just asks, Cancer, just to say Cancer is the zodiac sign, not medical. All right, well, if you can pop that question up again, I missed. Will my Cancer X return again? No. Emma Rose, will Dean ever find the love of his life? Undetermined. Emma Rose, will Paige enjoy the rest of her Las Vegas vacation? Oh, yes. Audrey asks, will I work with my brother? No. Audrey asks, will I be able to foster? Yes. Squirrel asks, am I going to be able to pursue narration? Undetermined. Wow, some interesting questions coming through with our lightning round. And it's called a lightning round for a reason, because we try and get through as many questions as possible. So make sure you're putting in your yes/no questions, because we still have a little bit of time left. And Andrea says, should I give Carlo, my ex, another chance? No. Wow, some interesting questions coming up tonight. Let's see. I was just going to ask myself a yes/no question. Thank you so much for playing the lightning round. It is so much fun, but there is always so much more to say, because life isn't just yes/no, is it? Life has much more depth, much more complexity to it. But sometimes just getting a yes or a no or an undetermined to your question can maybe help you start thinking about it in a different way, in a broader way. Okay, so we're up to Mystic Moment. All right, tonight I'm doing something different. I am going to cool my jets, and I'm going to encourage you to cool your jets, because I'm going to do a mini water meditation with you. Now, don't get scared of the word meditation. It's not sitting like a pretzel and chanting. This is a very simple creative visualization that will help you with the ebb and flow of your emotions. So closing your eyes, and you're just going to take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And in through the nose and out through the mouth. And you're just going to calm yourself down. You're going to let go of the outside world, and you're going to focus within. And as you focus within, you imagine yourself. Imagine yourself floating in a beautiful, clear, calm river, a gentle flowing river. And the temperature of this river is just perfect for you. And you feel yourself floating. And you feel yourself floating through the winds and turns of this river, knowing that you float safely, knowing that you are supported. And as you float through this river, bring your awareness to your heart space. Bring your awareness to your emotions, that element of water, of emotion. And rather than asking about your emotions, rather than analyzing them, just feel. Feel the ebb and flow of your emotions as you float through this river, completely supported, completely safe. And you're not buying into the emotions. Imagine that you are outside of yourself, observing, and you are going with the ebb and flow, knowing that our emotions never stay static, knowing that when we have sadness, we can float towards joy. When we have hurt, we can float towards healing. And then gently taking a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And gently bringing your awareness back to your body, back into the space where you are right now, being aware of what's going on around you, and gently opening your eyes. I do hope you found that to be of help. I love to work with the different elements when it comes to my meditation or creative visualization practice. It helps me to safely get in touch, as in this particular meditation, with my emotions. Let me know in the comments if you found that helpful, or if there is a way that you like to meditate using the water element. Okay, let's go on to our next question. Who do we have, please? And we have Gemma. Hello, Gemma. Gemma says, things with Adam are going from strength to strength. This is awesome news. So glad to hear it. And Gemma says, so I'm hoping that we can do a bit of traveling around and short breaks away together in the future, probably from next year. Will this happen? So let's have a look at traveling and short breaks with Adam in 2025, because you're looking at next year, aren't you? So let's see what we have around the possibility of that. Oh, what I'm seeing here is I feel that you will. I feel that I've got the Fool card reversed here. And so this is you not taking a jump off a cliff edge, which is represented by the Fool card, stepping into the unknown. This is about you deciding that you want to do it and know that you will do it. And when you make that decision, that changes the energy in your thinking, in your feelings, and in your body. So know that you want to do it and come from that standpoint. I've got the 5 of Wands here. So this is a little bit about chaos and confusion, but it's also about spontaneity and freedom, not sticking to the tried and true. So I do see that there is the possibility of you being able to do this, but I do feel that they're more like short overnight trips initially rather than going on a grand holiday. So that's what I get with that 5 of Wands. And I've got the Hanged Man reversed. And this is saying to me, for you in particular, Gemma, that you need to change your outlook considering it. If you're coming from a space of fear, then it's going to be harder for you to come from that space of knowing. So working on getting rid of your fear around trying something new, trying something different. Let's add a 2 point to that and see what we have. And we've got the monkey business. Yes, it's going to be playful. It's going to be fun. Focus on the positives, not the negatives. I see you being a little bit more. Thank you so much for your question, Gemma, and I wish you well taking these little adventures, because little adventures can be just as impactful in a positive way as the grand overseas trip. So that is really, really important. Okay, let's see if we can go straight to another question. Who do we have, please? And we have Love. Love says, hi, Innerji. Hi, Love. Why did Jay constantly try to force their opinion on me? I didn't ask their advice and it seemed forceful and pushy. Thank you. All right, let's have a look and see what we have for you as I shuffle the deck. Why are they doing it? Oh, they think they're being really helpful, but they're really not. I have got the 7 of Swords reversed. It's part of the control thing, not just because it's you. That's part of their personality. They like to control things and they like to be in charge. So with this 7 of Swords reversed, it's almost like they're there for you, but they're there from their perspective, not your perspective. So it's hard for them to be objective. So that's why they're pushy, because it's part of the nature of the person. And the reason before why I said they think they're being helpful is I've got the 10 of Cups. They believe that they're coming from a loving, helpful space. They want to help you, but they don't realize that they're actually not giving you your free will to make your own decisions, particularly when you're not asking for that advice. And I've got the 10 of Swords, and what I'm going to say about this other person is I feel that the reason they do this for you is I feel like they don't think they've got total control for themselves. And so they're kind of putting it outward. What they need to control within themselves, they're kind of putting out onto other people. So I think those are the main reasons why. Let's go to the tea coin and see what we have. And the tea, and love says yes, laugh out loud, or as I say, lol. And we've got the cat here. And so this is a pattern for this person. It's a pattern for them. And they do it with everyone, not just you. That's their comfort zone. And so I feel that for you, if you want this to stop, you've got to stop dancing. I've got the dancing shoes here. You've got to stop dancing lightly around it and have a conversation saying how it makes you feel. And I do hope you found that to be of help. And isn't it awful when, well, no, it's not awful. People are trying to be helpful. I get that. But if you're on the receiving end of advice you don't want, it's like, no, don't go there. And it can be a very hard conversation to have, particularly if we're having that conversation with a friend or a partner or a family member, to say, look, stop. I love you, but hey, I need to work this out for myself. Thank you. Okay, a little bit more about the water element. Now, of course, the water element is also related to astrology. Now, there are planets and there are signs that come under the water element. Of course, the obvious one is the moon, the planet of the moon, the luminary in astrology that is closest to Earth. Also, in the modern planets, Neptune is considered a little bit of a moon planet as well, because it's the planet of imagination, has a watery, mutable nature. And the signs that come under the water element are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And these ones are all related to emotions. Cancer, protection of emotions is one aspect. Scorpio, private emotions. Pisces, out there emotions. Of course, it's much, much deeper than that. But that just gives you a little bit of an idea how the elements fit in with other areas of our spirituality and our lives. Okay, let's see where we're up to. And we've got the emoji contest winner. Congratulations, love. Yay. You are the emoji contest winner. So because we've got a water element theme tonight, I thought I would use a watery style of oracle. And this is the Whispers of Aloha deck. So love, let's have a look and see what the message is for you. I'm going to pop out a few cards for you. Here we go. Ooh, nice. Oh, wait till you get to the second card, love. This is really interesting. But the first card is a chance to share. So for you, what is it that you are sharing at the moment that perhaps needs to go a step further? And what are you sharing at the moment that you might need to just hold back on? You know, it's really important to get a balance between what we share and what we keep. And this is about authentic connection. Sharing through authentic connection to deepen love. Now, I'm not just talking about romantic love. I'm talking about all kinds of love. And this is about sharing out in terms of healing and understanding. Sometimes the best sharing we can do is to listen to someone as opposed to being active with them, literally hearing them. So have a think about what's going on in your life at the moment, love, around, and love says yes, around what you share, what you hold back, and how you can take it one step further in either direction when needed. Now, the second card I was very excited about because tonight's about water and emotions, and this is about navigating your emotions. So this is a time for you to really look at what you're feeling. We all have a terrible habit of repressing our feelings to get on with life and get busy to ignore them. So this is saying that, love, this is a time for you to really navigate your feelings, not just the superficial ones, but the deeper ones, those really deep emotions that perhaps you don't quite want to look at. And finally, it's about being patient with yourself. You can get a little bit impatient. I want it now. So be a little bit patient, particularly when it comes to your emotions, particularly when it comes to what it is that you want to feel moving forward. This is going to sound really weird, love, but you actually can choose how you feel. It's a matter of conscious awareness. So be more aware of how you navigate your emotions, and that will help you with the sharing and when to hold back. Thank you so much for being our emoji winner this evening, and I do hope you liked my little watery element deck that I was using for you. Okay, let's go on to drum roll, the last question of the evening. My goodness, where has it gone? And AA asks, how does JP truly feel about me? Let's go to my relationship deck and have a look for you, AA, and see what are the feelings towards you. What do we have? What I'm seeing here, I've got the Nine of Cups reversed first. So I do feel that this person kind of needs you. I feel that they need you. They don't like being on their own. And it's almost like you fill a need that they have. So that's what I'm seeing with the first card. The second card I have is the Page of Pentacles reversed. And what I'm seeing here is that they have this need, but they're not doing anything about it. I feel that they're a bit scared to take any steps forward with you around being vulnerable. They find it hard to be vulnerable, but they kind of need you at the same time. I also have the Queen of Wands reversed. So they're all reversed, all the cards that I have out for this question. And I feel that they're not feeling strong and positive and confident within themselves. It's a lack of confidence that is preventing them from reaching out. As I'm thinking about this and feeling this, I do really feel my energy dropping when I consider this person in relation to you. They're not strong at the moment. And I've got the Three of Wands reversed as well. And this is saying that they're not really being adventurous. So I feel that there are feelings there for you. I am not seeing out and out love. I'm not seeing out and out romance, but there are feelings there, a feeling of needing rather than just I love you. So that is what I'm getting for that. I'm going to add on a T coin to that. And we got the monkey again. So the monkey's saying, be lighthearted. If you're in contact with this person, just be lighthearted. Play it lightly. Don't get too serious. Don't try and draw out. Thank you so much for your question. I really appreciate it. And I have appreciated everyone's question here at My Psychic Connection tonight. I hope you've enjoyed my show theme of the water element. And just a reminder that we have a ton of YouTube content that is there every single day from all of our amazing psychics. There's angel numbers, I do spilling the tea, we have Kay's enchanted spreads in the shorts, we have numerology, we have spirit, so much. So make sure, if you haven't already, to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell on YouTube so you don't miss out, and please share it out to everyone. Now, tomorrow at 6 p.m. we have our beautiful Bunny Sugars Down the Rabbit Hole. At 10 p.m. we go to the Whispers of the Forest with Squirrel, and at midnight it's Psychic Kay and Journey Ryan with the Shadows of Dreams. But I'm not finished. Tonight at midnight, it's time for the Astrology Breakdown, where Astro Squirrel and I explore astrology with you. I look forward to seeing you there. Until next time, lots of love.